this first of many monthly, what I'm calling open office hours. And if we don't know each other, I'm Leslie Fiorenzo with Business Speaking Solutions. But I'm going to guess if you show up to this call, you know me, or maybe you've seen me. But my goal is to help you as a business professional speak with confidence, clarity, and calm. And what I want to do this afternoon is go through some what I call frequently asked questions that I get from clients or people that I interact with. And the first is a confident answer to the question, so what do you do? Because I've had people tell me when somebody asks them that, they freeze or they ramble. And probably it's because they've not given it a lot of thought. And I think that's maybe the challenge we have with a lot of uh, speaking opportunities, or what I call speaking faux pas, maybe, or when we don't speak as clearly as we want to. It's because for most of us, we've been doing it without a whole lot of thought for most of our lives, in family settings, in work settings, in day-to-day conversations. But when it comes to showing up in a professional capacity, at a networking event, at a meeting with your boss or your boss's boss, or meeting someone professionally. Maybe it's a prospect if you're in sales. Even if you're not in sales, it's a customer or potential customer. And somebody asks you, what do you do? And you maybe not have an answer in that moment. So here's a formula that I give my clients that you might consider. So you know how, and then you ask a question. So in my case, the example I would give for myself is, you know how public speaking is the number one fear most people have? Well, what I do is help my clients get over that fear and be confident presenters. So then that hopefully begs the question, how do you do that? Now, I don't know, Robin, if you have any other examples or anything you would want to chime in on, but I would welcome that opportunity at this point.
I've never thought of it that way before.
Yeah.
Yeah, the how
Yeah.
you,
You know how.
yeah, and you
So
just
I'll pick on you, for
answer
example,
how.
because you do a lot of events for people. So, and in my case, until I met you, I didn't understand the value of having someone alongside of me, letting people in the Zoom room, fielding the text messages, all of those kinds of things that you now handle for me and I don't have to worry about. But I want to tell you what, the first time I did it on my own, it was kind of a disaster. And so you could say, you know how many online professionals that do summits and other events don't always do them? I don't know. I'm making this up. So what would they say? You know how many speakers who run summits are sometimes at a loss when it comes to fielding questions or having somebody in the back end. Well, what I do is support them so they can run a smooth event. Does that make sense?
Yes, and it makes it a whole lot simpler
Yeah.
um, in answering the question that you choke on
Yeah.
because because how is just a different, an easier way to answer.
Right. Well, the other thing it creates in the mind of your listener is that I know how what? Like there's a question, there's she's going to tell me something or he's going to tell me something, as the case may be, that I might want to pay attention to. If
Hmm.
you're a real estate agent, for example, so you know how making purchasing a home is the largest investment most people make. Well, what I do is, and then you can talk about how you make it easier or less complicated, or I work with first-time home buyers and I hold their hand through the difficult process, whatever it is, right? But you know how is the first part, and you talk about what you do, and then what you do is how you solve that problem.
Right. That's what I was thinking is the how automatically asks for your solution.
Mhm. Yeah.
but you're the one starting off with the how. You know how?
Yeah.
This is how, and this is the solution.
Yeah. And
Love
it,
it, Leslie.
awesome. Thanks. So, well, and it doesn't have to be long or um, complicated, if you will. And that's what I've also seen is sometimes people try to, I'll say, overshare. They do a lot in their business and they maybe have several different products or services. And so that's always the challenge is how do I pick one? Well, pick your favorite or pick what you really want to sell or pick the product or service that most people want to purchase or most people are interested about or what's your special this month if you're having a special. I mean, we're in the midst of holiday season. Black Friday just happened, Cyber Monday, now today's Giving Tuesday. You are inundated, right, with all these messages online. So maybe there's something there that you want to talk about, or maybe you want to go in a totally different direction. So you know how people run Black Friday specials all the time? Well, what I do is, and why you're different, right? I don't have a sale. I don't have those kinds of things. So maybe being a little contrarian can help. What's something different than how everybody else shows up in the marketplace? And this means you've got to give it some thought. I recommend people sit down with a piece of paper and a pen or pencil, not their keyboard, not their phone, not some digital piece of equipment, writing out the answer. You
Mhm.
know how, and how would you fill in that blank based on your business, your profession, your job? What I do is, and then make up 3 or 4 different stories. You can have them at the ready the next time you are introduced to somebody. And it doesn't matter if it's the family Christmas party or your work party or your customer's party, whatever it is, you can have an answer that gets people to lean in and you're remembered.
Mhm. One of the things that keeps coming up in the events that I have been working lately, is um, a lot of the people when they're presenting their, you know how whatever does it this way, um, there's the human relationship, you matter to me, all of
Mm-hmm.
that humanity is just, it's not there anymore. There,
Oh,
it's just, um, it's a lot of words that people have heard over and over and over
mm,
again, but there's no real you matter, and this is how to do that. This is
yeah,
how to come away with something in your hands, so to speak, to
yeah,
use in your business because you matter. You're a real person with a real problem, and I want to help you. I'm a real person with a
yeah,
heart to help you accomplish what it
yeah,
is you came to me for.
yeah,
And anyway, I just heard a lady today talk about, um, she loves AI, but she talked about how to keep the relationship and the humanity in using the AI tool
yeah.
to make a difference in people's lives.
I
So,
think you're absolutely right. It is about how we make a difference in the clients we serve or the people we
yes.
want to serve. And
But
AI
your
is a tool.
question, Leslie, on or about how to, that word how, it
Mhm.
brings that humanity in there. The real, the person, you have a solution to
Mhm.
help that real person accomplish something real in their business or their life.
Yeah.
That's what I like about what you're, it's just so people,
Yeah.
human.
Well, that's what we're all
Heart.
about, right? Is
Yes.
serving humans, I think. I mean, it's because it's the human that we're fearful of, which kind of leads me to my next frequently asked questions. 'Cause I get a lot of people saying, how do I sound confident when I feel so nervous? When I'm looking at that group of people, all those eyes are staring at me and it makes me so nervous. even if we're on a Zoom call, and hopefully people have their cameras on and you're interacting with people. And I use Zoom as a generic term. They're not all Zoom calls, right? There's Google Meet, there's WebEx, there's Teams, there's all kinds of virtual platforms. It's kind of become like Kleenex tissue, right? That, but anyway, I'm getting a little sidetracked. What I want to share with people about this idea of how do I sound confident when I still feel nervous inside is some breathing exercises before you attend the event, whether it's virtual or in person. So, I would say to people, what's your favorite breathing tool? A lot of people like what's often referred to as boxed breathing or 4x4, because what you're doing is inhaling to the count of four, holding that inhale for four counts, and then exhaling to the count of four and holding that exhale for four counts. So it's, 4x4x4x4 and getting yourself, dropping your heart rate. Breathing in a calming color like blue, breathing out a stressful color like red. You can envision your inhale, the blue air coming in and calming you down, the exhale, the red air going out and the stress leaving you. You can use words like, I am calm, I am relaxed, I'm breathing out stress, I'm breathing out tension. Those kinds of mantras work well too. But a breathing technique to me is one of the key ways you can calm your nervous system down when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling nervous. And the beauty of a breathing technique is no one needs to know you're using it that moment unless you're going to really inhale. Exhale, you're not doing that.
And
That's
then exhale,
right.
ooh,
Yeah, no.
and drop
We're
your
just
shoulders.
we're just breathing in and focusing a little bit on our breath as we pause. And that's the other thing that's effective is pausing. When we're nervous, we can have a tendency to really rush and really speed up our rate of speech, and then we can trip over our words. I know that's true for me. So taking a pause, counting a second or two between words. One of my clients recently told me he saw a talk that Stephen Jobs did. Obviously, it's dated because Stephen hasn't been on the planet for a while, but he said he paused for 20 seconds before he responded to the question, which I find fascinating because 20 seconds is a really long pause. And most people would start to get really uncomfortable in that silence when they were thinking about their response and want to fill it with words like and ooh, let me see, or I'm not sure. Let me think about that. Not that there's anything wrong with saying, let me think about that for a moment and really giving yourself a chance to respond. But anyway, my point is silence of a second or two can be a really helpful tool to help you stay in the moment and be calm. It does take practice like anything else.
Well, the box breathing I like to do because um, it's easy to remember. Um, I have found that in doing it, um, I have to work at it because
Mhm.
it doesn't come naturally. It's like I want to inhale and in my belly and extend my belly and my diaphragm, and
Mhm.
then drop my shoulders when I'm breathing out. And then what I think about is not colors. I think about the toxins. Um,
Oh.
Deep breathing helps our body get rid of toxins, which is causes inflammation and stress and all of that too. So, and I'm all about getting rid of toxins. So I enjoy thinking of it in that respect when I
I
do it.
like
It
that.
does
I
take
like that.
practice, and I am a different person. It lowers my heart rate if my heart is even not beating in it's beating irregularly and it's
Mhm.
really fat. I can, if I work at it with that boxed breathing, thinking about those things, I have to do it for a lot. It feels like a lot to be able to get in control of that. And then my whole demeanor, I just feel better and my heart is doing better. So
Yes.
it's not all about speaking for me. It's just about here all by myself in the
Right.
moment. I
Yeah. Yeah.
do that and it works.
Yeah. Awesome.
So,
Thanks for sharing that. I love
yeah.
that
Yeah.
toxin. I'm going to remember that because that's another great example.
Yeah, I just learned that. So I'm all about that. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, one other frequently asked question that I get is what do I do if I lose my place, if I blank out, if I trip over a word? What do I do if I make a mistake? And mistakes happen. So I created this, and Robin, you might know this by now because we've worked together for a while. I love acronyms. And so MAPS is the acronym I teach people, and mistakes happen. So M is a mistake, right? Because we are human. And interestingly enough, just as a quick aside, we talked about AI a minute ago. Even on AI tools, you'll see this note, right? AI can make mistakes. Be sure to check your work, which I find fascinating. Anyway, mistakes happen. We're human. Okay. Acknowledge if it's appropriate. Now, not every mistake is noticeable by your audience. So, for example, you had 3 points you were going to make in a presentation, and you get to the what you think is your third point. You realize, ooh, kind of forgot to say something about point two. There's no need to go back because guess what? Your audience does not know what's in your head unless it's very apparent on your PowerPoint slide. And
Yeah.
now, what I will tell you about slides is opposed to what a lot of people do. Fewer words, more pictures. Slides should support your presentation, not be your presentation. Remember, whatever you put on that slide deck, people are reading. So get them to listen to you and have the photograph or the graphic on the slide support, not the words, right? You don't want them reading words. But anyway, so mistakes happen. Not all of them need to be acknowledged, but if you trip over a word or you suddenly lose your place, and I've done that, and the phrase I've used is, oh, wait a minute, my thought train just derailed. I need to come back. I'm going to take a breath. Oh, there we are. Okay, now I remember. And sometimes it'll come back, and sometimes it doesn't. And then I say, well, I guess that wasn't as important as I thought it was when I put this together. So let me move on. So then you're going to pivot, right? That's mistake, acknowledge, and pivot is the map piece. And then the S is steady. That breathing, standing on both feet. I shouldn't say standing because you may be seated like we are now. Having both feet flat on the floor will keep you grounded no matter if you're seated or standing, and you can use them as an anchor to steady yourself. A breathing technique can steady yourself. A smile can steady yourself. So, mistakes, acknowledge, pivot, and steady. That's the MAPS formula that I teach all my clients because mistakes happen. You
You don't say, well, crap, and just fall on the floor and then say
Right, exactly. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I guess you can. It's always a personal choice that
I
you
was gonna say it depends on the person presenting, I guess, but
yeah, exactly.
but yes, I love the part that you said you need to acknowledge it. Part of that would be the humanity. In
Mhm.
the people in the audience, there may be somebody who is just looking for anybody's mistake, right? Why they enjoy doing that in life, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they are not your people. Most of the people are there. and they're in your corner. They are
Yes.
excited to see what you have to offer and how you're going to present it, and they want you to do well.
Yes.
That's why most people are there. And if you think about it from that perspective, again, your heart is there for those people on the other end of your presentation.
Mhm.
Um, it comes across a whole lot easier and a whole lot more not um, mechanical. It comes
Yeah.
across more warmly and more humanely.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you are so accurate when you say your audience wants you to succeed. I know of very few people that would go to an event and say, gee, I hope this is boring, or I hope this is a waste of
Yeah.
my time, right? Nobody
Yeah.
shows up like that.
No.
But we
Why would they
know
come?
that people get nervous and anxious. Remember, your audience wants you to succeed. So thinking about in that way is, hey, these people have shown up to hear me and hear
Mhm.
my message, and they must think I'm pretty amazing. Well, you are, right? We all are amazing. Think about the uniqueness that each and every one of us have. You know your fingerprints are unique. But did you know your taste buds are? The inside of your ear is? The iris of your eye is? All unique to you. And there's a bunch of other things that and the chances of you being you are 400 billion, that's billion with a B, to one. So I
Mm.
just tell people all the time, you are unique and you got to appreciate that.
Yeah, that puts a whole different definition on special, doesn't it?
It does. It does. And we just take so much for granted.
It
So
really is.
thinking that we are truly amazing creatures, every single one of us. Yeah.
What an opportunity to be
Yeah.
able to share that at
Yeah.
any time, whether it's in a setting, um, uh, as a meeting or as a casual time with people we enjoy being with,
Yeah.
um, or not.
Yeah.
It's still an opportunity to share that uniqueness, that special gift
Yeah.
that only you have to share.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Well, those are three of my most frequently asked questions. And since we're just about at the bottom of the hour, I'll save the other two for next time. And if you're listening to this recording, put the second, no, not the second, because this is December 2nd, so I'm mixing up. The first Tuesday of every month at 4 o'clock. So this is the first Tuesday of the month of December. So it will be January 6th, I believe, is the next date at 4 p.m., where I will go live on Zoom. And you just need to register so you can get the Zoom link. And that's I'll on social media. You've maybe have seen it on Facebook. I know people expressed interest. So if you expressed interest and weren't able to show up today, express interest again and register for the January call so you get the Zoom link.
And it is the 6th, Tuesday the 6th.
Tuesday the 6th at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Pacific. And that's all the farther I can go across the country.
Yeah. Don't go beyond in the Pacific or the Atlantic. I can't
Yeah,
do that either.
yeah. I don't know what those time zones are called.
They're in tomorrow.
Right. Awesome.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon, and we'll talk again real soon.
Oh, Leslie, I love you. I just
Oh,
wish the
thanks.
world would show up. They don't know what they're missing. You are so good at this.
Oh, thanks,
And
Robin.
you are. I'm not brown nosing you or nothing. I really mean it from my heart. Every time
I
you
know.
talk, the way that you talk it's so encouraging. But
Thanks.
then what you say And the way that you say it, it's like, you guys, don't you just want to talk like Leslie to everybody? She
Thank
has,
you.
she just has these, yeah, you just always have these real gems, and they may be things that I have heard before, but it's just the Leslie way that
Thank
I enjoy it. I really do.
you. Thank you.
But
Well, so I
anyway,
got to think
I
about.
think that the Facebook ad got you're reaching out that way. I think it got some new eyes.
I think it did, and I really love that graphic that you did. I
That
wonder
was so
if we
much
should
fun.
change it to. Do you want? Should we change the date every time?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep. That I think that, and of course, I may play with it and change it up,
Okay.
so that people don't see it and say, "Oh, that's already over."
Oh, that's
I
already
want it to
over.
be a little
Yeah.
bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
But I
two,
never thought of using my picture, so I don't know why. I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that.
oh yeah, that you're the star. That's why people should be coming, is because they
Yeah.
want to hear what you have to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. So thank
And
you.
it was fun.
I took my
You should
holiday
see me,
pin off and then I
Leslie.
talked about it anyway. So,
Oh, well,
well,
it
I'm
looks
going to
really
a meeting.
pretty.
I'm going to a Christmas party. So I got this at a Chinese restaurant of all places. Isn't
I
he
have
incredible,
some
Santa?
it's adorable. I
Yeah.
have Boyd's Bear. Well, it's not Boyd's Bear, but I have Boyd's Snowmen and Boyd's
Oh,
Bear pins.
yes.
But they're so heavy, and I don't even think about wearing them, but I just found them.
Oh,
Stuff. It's like, and now they're on the bed, and I want to put them in my dresser, but I want to get my dresser redone. So I don't want to put all the stuff in my dresser and then take it all. Anyway,
oh,
we're still settling. But
yeah. Well, that's a
anyway,
good.
I enjoyed making your graphic very much. You should
Thank you.
see me when I just kind of go like this. Copy the color numbers, the hex
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and the font, and I put it on, the feed that I want to work on.
Mhm.
And then I get your picture, and then I just start playing. I
Nice.
do this, and then I do that, and it's like, no, I don't like that. And then they do this and do that. So I may still do that again, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like blogging. It's a lot of work right at the beginning, and that's not so fun. But when you get to put the blog on the website,
Yeah.
and it starts, I mean, it starts coming together, and then you get to upload it and do all that stuff. It's like, oh, this is so much fun. Yeah, I spend a lot of time on it, but it's so
Oh,
much fun.
I appreciate
But
that.
yeah. Anyway,
Well, I won't
and
maybe
then
talk to you before the holiday, but are you going back to Wyoming?
no, and I'm really having a harder time than I thought I would.
Mm,
It's not that I'm homesick. It's that I just miss watching TV with Greg.
oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not going anywhere, not doing anything. We
Yeah.
used to always go to the Cheyenne Symphony Orchestra. He
Oh,
loved to do that. We would go out to dinner with the kids. We'd dress up like, Christmas date. And, I'm not even talking about that. I just want to sit and watch NCIS with Greg,
yeah.
or play cards with my kids. We have card games,
Yeah.
or eat popcorn and watch a movie, or have a pizza night, a pizza and a movie
Yeah.
night. And it's just the normal doing things around the house, right?
Mhm.
Um, but I'm not homesick. It's not that I want to go back. And I
Yeah.
had a doctor's appointment the 22nd, but I'm not going to go back for that because I have to rent a hotel, and
Oh,
I have
yeah.
3 pets and the 2 dogs. They always put me where they wake me up at 3 in the morning, and then I have to go down the hall, and the one pees down the hall or in front of the elevator, and
Yeah.
all of that work I just don't want to do. And then when I get to somebody's house, I can't really relax because I have the dogs tethered with me because they have separation anxiety, and I don't want them running around the house and doing something in the house, right? I don't
Yeah.
know that they will, but I don't know that they won't. So
Right.
it's just, I just
It's
don't want to
easier to
do
stay
that.
there. Yeah. I get you.
So I'm not going to go. And that was right before Christmas. And the plan was to go pick up the girls, bring them back, but they don't have the money. And just the whole situation, it's like, it's just another time for them that I feel like they just really don't want to be with mom. And they don't call and they don't text, and they just they don't I don't it doesn't feel like they're trying hard to be with mom, and I don't know why. So I'm having a hard time, Leslie. I
Yeah.
really am.
Yeah.
But it's just another day. So I mean, I bought Thanksgiving foods that I enjoy eating, and I'm not fixing it all at once because I can't eat it all myself.
Right.
And everybody's like, "Well, why don't you invite somebody over?" Who? I
Yeah.
don't know anybody yet.
Yeah.
Not for that. Plus, I don't feel settled enough with all my stuff around to
Oh,
invite
yeah.
anybody over
Yeah.
for a Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah.
And I don't know anybody well enough to just say, "Hey, come on over in spite of my stuff and let's eat some food together and you play some
Yeah.
games," right?
Yeah.
And anyway, the girls were going to stay through Christmas and New Year's. And then it was like, no, we can't take the time off of work, and which
Oh,
was a whole total of maybe 6 days.
yeah.
And then it's like, and if we fly back, even if you bought us the one-way tickets, um, we don't have dependable cars to take us from the airport or, get back to the house. Or so it's
Mm.
like, see, you guys, they still want to come.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
anyway, but yeah, and there's a lot of things to celebrate
yeah.
because we have my birthday, then 9 days later is
Oh,
Ashley's birthday, and then we have Thanksgiving, and then we have Christmas. Our anniversary was December 19th,
oh, wow.
then New Year's, and then we have Haley's birthday, and then Greg's birthday in February. So there's like 7 things,
Oh,
from October till the middle of February, and there's
hmm.
just lots to miss.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
but
bet.
anyway, I did a little bit of retail therapy for Black Friday.
Did
Um,
you?
yeah, I got me a mixer, a KitchenAid
Oh,
mixer, and a new vacuum because my dad and my brother tore up the other one. It still works, but it's just like everything. Everything still works. It's just scratched, cracked, broken,
oh,
gouged or something, right? So I got me one of those because it was on sale. And what else? Oh, and some Pyrex dishes, so I have a little bit more storage.
yeah.
Uh, and I got me a wall level, and I got 2 things so I could hang things up on the walls because I can't. I don't, I don't know where
Oh, yeah.
oh, it's stud finder
Oh, yeah.
and a
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
And I know I kept them because that's what I used of Greg's all the time, but I don't know
Gee.
where they're at.
Oh, geez.
So it's like, fine, I'll just buy some more of this. So I did a bunch of that. And now I have my ladder. So I should be able to put up at least one curtain, which will make this feel more homey, and a few pictures, which will make this feel more homey. And
Yeah.
so that's what I'm going to do
All good.
for the holidays. So I hope you're not sorry you asked.
No, no. I just wish there was something I could do. I don't know what to
Yeah, it's
offer.
like there's nothing, Leslie. Really, there's nothing. But I think it helps people understand the not the suicidal. It's not that negative. It's when I
Mm.
say, I don't want to do this.
Hmm.
I'm such a people person and I don't have any people. And I'm
Oh,
talking about my family.
yeah,
So I just don't want to do any of this without Greg.
yeah,
So, but that's not something that I can change or fix.
right.
So,
Do
I,
you go to church?
well, I haven't had time really
Oh,
there's been a couple Sundays since I moved where I didn't have anything to do and I probably could have gone or at least investigated.
uh-huh.
But I honestly believe that that's what I need to do is find a good church. It's going to take me a while because I'm going
Yeah.
to be really picky,
Hmm.
but I think that having that kind of a community will be good.
Yeah.
Um, because I'll have people not to take care of me, but to do things for.
People, yeah, yeah, people with you.
That's what I think that's what I miss is, just fixing cranberry bread. That
Right.
was the tradition. I made
I
my
saw
own
that.
cranberry bread
Yeah.
every Thanksgiving Day, and we would eat it fresh out of the oven and let it cool a little bit so we could cut it. But so it was still warm and you spread the butter on there and it
Oh
melts.
yeah.
We looked forward to that. We would all stand around when I would pull it out and get the plates and that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, Leslie. I
Yeah.
just
No,
miss
I saw
doing
that post. I'm like, oh, that sounds really good.
it. It is really good.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of work to make because you grate your orange rind and of course I
Yeah.
squeeze the orange juice out of the orange and use that in it, but pecans and then fresh cranberries. I freeze them
Mm-hmm.
because I don't use them all, but it doesn't matter. Just cut them in half and
Yeah.
got, I mean, fresh orange rind in there, and it is so good.
Sounds yummy.
Yeah, and some people put a powder glaze on it. I don't.
Hmm.
It doesn't need it. It's
Yeah.
just so yummy.
That sounds
Uh,
good.
but are you doing anything special?
We always host a family gathering Christmas Eve. My husband makes a really good bolognese, and he makes
Oh,
it just usually just once a year, sometimes for other occasions, but it's always Christmas
now
Eve, and
is bolognese a tomato soup?
it's a tomato based pasta sauce, spaghetti sauce.
Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah. So he it's a 3-day process. So
Well, believe it or not, I haven't said nasty things about Danella. She's one of those people who she has a mean bark,
uh
but she doesn't bite.
okay.
And I've been working with her for 4 years, so I have been able to I can tell when she's gonna have a mean bark,
Oh,
right? But the other day I was talking to her and she's sick. And so I said,
oh,
Could I be your, could I please be your big sister or your mom and give you just a suggestion? Please let me do that. And she goes, No.
oh.
And I said, oh, don't be mean. And I, and I said, there's this oil that is really good for getting mucus out of your
Mm.
system. And she goes, she smiled and she shakes her head and she says, I'm sure glad I told you no. And that's when I told her, I said, oh, don't be mean. And I've been able to be that way with her. She invited me for Thanksgiving to her house in Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
And I said, well, that's awful nice of you, but I said, I really don't want to drive, 8.5 hours to your
Yeah.
house. And she goes, Robin, you're not that far. And I said, I'm not. She looked it up and I'm only like, I think it was 4.5,
Oh, wow.
which is 9 hours coming and going.
Right, right.
Right. So there's a whole
Yeah,
day. Plus,
yeah,
I'm supposed to eat and enjoy visiting,
yeah.
eat and run. And then I had the dogs, and it's like, no.
Oh, yeah,
And she was like, Robin, you can bring the dogs and the cat. She said
yeah.
they can stay in the backyard. And I said, well, I could, for that reason, I could put, Lizzie and just leave her in the car. She likes that. But it was like, you know what? I just, the work. I would rather just stay here
Yeah,
and sleep
I get it.
in and just, it's okay.
Yeah,
And but it meant so much that she invited me.
that's nice. Yeah,
Whether I was going to do it or not, it didn't matter. Just that she invited me was
yeah,
such a blessing in itself.
yeah.
But I'd only been working with her for a year, getting to know her and
Oh,
how mean she can be. Um,
yeah.
and then Greg died.
Oh, wow.
And I've been working with her for 3 years, the 3 years that he's been gone. So
Oh, wow.
I just cannot believe. I just realized that the other day.
Hmm.
I'd
Wow.
only been working with her for a year, and then Greg died, and I've been working with her for 3 years since. And I would
Wow.
love to replace her, the income that I get from her.
Yeah.
Mm. But because it would be nice to have a steady income that I can,
Mm-hmm.
budget, and with
Yep.
her I can't. Sometimes, I have like 6 days of work this week. And then last week I think I did 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
So there's
Yeah.
no to
No.
budget, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, gosh.
but anyway,
All
Les,
right.
I hope
Well,
you have a wonderful time.
I will.
And I
Thank
will
you
miss
too.
all of my wonderful times. I know I will, but
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
I'll be thinking about you, and I don't know that we
Thanks.
talk before the next January, but we'll be in
Yeah,
touch
there's
by
a lot
email.
going to be going on between now and then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
All
fine.
right.
And
Well,
I
take
think
care.
if you think of me, just hope that I am settling in some more because I
Yeah.
really think that will, for some reason, I just feel like that would be very good for me to be able
Hmm.
to accomplish. Um,
So when you say
the
settling in,
aura, the aura
get
of my place.
yeah, getting yourself settled in your home.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
making it mine.
All right. Well, I may make a note to check in on you in a couple weeks with the email and say, hey, how's that coming?
Okay, you can do that. I
All
won't.
right.
I won't feel like you're like breathing down my neck or nothing.
Okay. Awesome. I'm
Thanks,
gonna put a
Leslie.
note on my calendar right when we hang up.
Oh, and before
Oh.
we go, I wanted to say, I didn't. We talked about doing this after the 15th when I send out the invoices.
Oh.
So, I that's why I sent out the invoice on the 1st.
Oh, that's
But I'm
fine.
going to
I paid
normally
it today
do it on the
or
15th
yesterday.
for the next.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever. Just
Are you
I'm like,
okay if?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Well, I know
absolutely
you are, but I just wanted you to know that that's why I did it this way this
okay.
time. But I normally do it on the 15th for all my
15th. Oh,
people.
okay.
So expect it. It'll feel like already. Well, that's why.
Okay.
So,
Not a problem.
okay. Thanks,
All right.
Leslie.
Take care.
Yep. Bye,
Bye bye.
lady.